Hi, I'm Jason Lloyd, aka The Tourist.
Hi, I'm Tasha Lloyd, aka The Fox.
And this is Tour on the Table.
Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell on the side
to get notified. Mwah.
Yeah.
This is a new podcast, and we're going to talk about
all things track.
Yeah, really. All things track. Yeah. A bunch of issues, a bunch of, I don't know, everything, girl.
Literally, not even just issues, solutions, problems, advice, everything,
Yeah.
All things track.
All things track. We might bring on a couple of special guests. Y'all don't ever know.
Yeah, it will always be random. You will never know.
Like so. Let's not get started. Okay, let's get started.
All right, so y'all just seen that corny ass shit.
And yeah, today's topic is
how to make a name for yourself in track and field.
First thing on the table is your work ethic.
Your work ethic is very important. That doesn't mean in just the race. It also means in practice. You cannot take practice as if it's practice, and you're probably confused as to what I mean by that. You have to take practice as if it's training. Training is important. Jason, go ahead and explain that.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Training, like when you're training, every little thing is important. I mean, like every little itty bitty detail is important. Like you're warming up. Like you're not going halfway through your A skips, B skips, C skips. No, because guess what you're gonna do? You're gonna halfway run.
Mm-hmm.
Every time, like you can be intentional one day and non-intentional the next. You go.
Yeah, exactly. You're gonna be inconsistent in all your races. You cannot train the way you want your goals to be. It's not gonna reflect properly.
Like you can have the best goal in the world, but if you're inconsistent, it's gonna be hard to reach that one.
Mm-hmm. It's gonna be very difficult. Like for instance, dorsiflexion or neutral. If your foot is always toe down, how are you gonna expect to run with dorsiflexion in the race and run a better time than you?
Hello, if you're warming up like toe down 24/7.
A TT.
Hello.
You're not getting it.
You're not like that. That's something that's very important. So,
yeah. Always train, never practice.
Hey, thing on the table is class, baby. You gotta be a student athlete, and I'm serious about that one because this is gonna draw out like you and your potential as a person.
Mm-hmm.
You being consistent in the classroom is also important,
very,
especially if you want to go D1, D2. At least go to a school. And period, if you want to go to college, that should be your main priority. You need to make sure that you're good in the classroom before you step foot on that track.
Literally. And there are plenty of people that I know that are amazing athletes, but they didn't do their job in the classroom. And now they're at a D2 or an NAIA.
Ooh.
So you actually have to put the work in the classroom as much as you do out there on the track. You cannot have ASS, have SA out there on the track in that classroom. It's not gonna
you can't do that.
You can't do either of those. You have to put 100% effort in all things that you do as a person.
Things. You don't have to be 100%. Do you feel like you have to be 100%? Are you gonna be 100% every day?
You won't be perfect, but you gotta try and put your best effort out there.
Hello.
Hello.
And that's your 100%.
Mm-hmm.
Your best effort is your 100%.
Indeed.
Mm-hmm. But you want to go run your good meets. You pass your classes. Let's get into the topic. The next thing on the table is what you do at those meets.
Mm-hmm.
So what you really think about like competing at meets and stuff like that?
I really feel like if you don't put yourself in a position to run better than anyone out there on the track, then you're not going to. You have to think you can beat anyone and everyone that you race. The main thing to making yourself like
dog mentality.
Literally dog mentality. The main thing to making yourself a known person in track is literally doing the very best at the biggest meets you can get into.
You got to eat,
literally.
And one thing about me, like you got like all those things will like
accumulate
on the track. Everything, all those little things we just talked about will show us you in a person and on the track. Like, so I'm so serious about that. Literally. When you go to those, you could be at you can be at small meets. Of course, you can make a name, some sort of local name for yourself at smaller meets. That's not not possible.
Yeah.
But if you want to get on that big stage, you need to go put on big times and be a big personality. They're going to remember you. You got to be you. That's one thing. Be unique.
You have to surely be different and be unique, but don't change your whole personality just to fit the persona that you want to put out there for people, because eventually it's going to crack. That mask is going to crack and you ain't going to be able to show that no more.
Hello.
So be yourself, but also when you get to those meets, make sure, especially at the big stage, that you run your very best and you beat whoever is in front of you or around you or behind you. No, make sure everyone is behind you.
And we can really talk about some good topics. Like recently, Quincy and what's his name? Andrew?
Andrew Salvadon.
Yeah. Salvadon. I butchered your name.
Yeah. I'm not trying to be rude. I would say, definitely with the Quincy and Andrew Salvadon thing, he did exactly what we were just talking about. Quincy was the most well-known in our age, like our time period in his race. And someone went out there and beat him in the big stage and got a name for themselves. He probably already had a name for himself, but he made the name bigger.
Yep.
He's everywhere now.
Hello. And I mean everywhere. Yeah.
Literally.
Let's clock that T.
Clock that.
And personally, we've been in races like that. And that's how we got our names out there. Mm-hmm. And you go get out there and compete and make your name out there. Like me, I'm known as a technician. I'm going to go out there and I'm going to be technical every single time. But there's people, this is also another thing. You want to talk about smaller schools and like going to a big school.
Oh, yeah.
This is sidetracking, but girl, we got to talk about that.
Yeah, we got to talk about it. We're from a 2A.
Hello.
We moved to a 5A. We climbed up to the top of that 5A. To the top. You cannot limit yourself. You have to lose all limits. LALT. Yeah, hello. Literally, you have to. You cannot put a limit on yourself. You are not bound by your limits. And you're not bound by limits that you put on yourself or others put onto you. You can always do better than what you think you can do.
Hello. And let's really talk about it. Coming from a 2A, you don't have that many resources. It's the truth. Okay. But work with what you have. And that's when you like get to meeting people and connecting with people, connecting with teams. Like there's names that y'all didn't know of and y'all finally finding out of because they went to a small school and they go to them big meets and go make a name for themselves. They go eat at the big table.
Literally. Or they go into college and they make a name for themselves.
Like
our friend Victoria.
Oh, yeah. She clocked there. She's
from a 4A.
And most boys aren't small. Like, they're not small.
But it's just the fact of it's not a 5A or a 6A. And people know 5As and 6As
have more people. That's the difference is it's more people. Not more talent, more people. Don't ever forget that one.
Yeah, clock that. She literally just went out into that 60 and ran a 719.
Baby, let's really clock that T about Victoria, baby. Last year, 1/10 of a second off Sha'Carri's record. Oh, hello. Like, you never know.
You never know.
And there's names in our class. Like, my most recent race, Josiah Rivera, he went out there and showed that ass. Oh, showed that he could do his one time. Oh, my God.
Literally.
Like,
he really did.
Like, I feel like, don't ever bound yourself by what school you're in. And that's one thing I will say.
Don't bound yourself to nothing. You can always do it. It's always possible.
Hello.
What was something you said? Connections. Connections is another thing that is very, very, very important into making a name for yourself in track and field.
People don't talk about it, but when we get into the recruitment process,
connections really do matter.
They do.
You have to, like, even if it don't make sense to you, go out, make friends, go out, talk to coaches, just talk to anyone you can. The whole thing about track and field, the best part of track and field is connecting with people.
Yes.
And those connections can save you in the long run. I promise you that.
And it might not be a team sport, but you're going to feel like very supported no matter where you go, no matter what meet you walk into.
There's always going to be someone you know.
Every
Always.
time.
Yep. Every single time.
But don't be that one person sitting in the back of the bleachers, back in the corner, not talking to people.
Put your best foot out there. Make some friends. Make some family even. Yeah, track and field is a family.
In my opinion, yeah.
Yeah.
But so sometimes you have to step on that line with your family.
Yeah, sometimes you do. And you have to mop them up. Yeah, you do. I'm sorry to say. But still, the whole point is connections really do matter, and you have to make connections. It's not a thing as if you're clout chasing or nothing like that, talking to people that are considered bigger than you. No, they will understand. It's just how track and field is.
Also, I mean, there's some egos in track and field. Sometimes you don't get a good conversation out of a person. Like, have you ever had that experience?
Yeah, but also a thing with me, if that even happens to me, I don't care. I see everyone, I literally see everyone as if they're normal people because that's what they are.
Yeah.
Y'all, I live with national number 2. He is an average person just like everybody else.
Just average.
So if I meet someone the same way or national number 1 even, I even run with national number 1 runners. They are still normal people to me.
It's speaking of that. I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah, speaking of that.
Continue, I don't want to cut you off.
You know what the next topic is. But literally, you cannot be scared to talk to someone that's considered bigger than you and be scared to make connections that way as well because they are more known. That does not matter. They are normal people
because you never know when you can beat them.
You can don't let a title bound you. I keep saying that bound word. Do not let nothing bound you.
National number 1 is something you can easily tip over. Nationally number 2 is something you can easily tip over.
Snatches.
Why did I get clocked? Why could it not been that one? Well, it is what it is. Well, that's crazy timing, Lloyd. Rolling smooth, but you can fall off that quick.
Yeah.
Inconsistency, you can fall off that quick, right up off the wall. Just like that, literally. I'm dead. That's crazy work.
I'm gonna lay Lloyd on the side.
No, for real, because that's crazy work.
That is crazy work. Right now, are you
like
serious?
Why?
Okay.
Yeah, here we are.
But yeah, next topic.
Next topic on the table is AP Rich athletes. Number one. But it's
number 1. Yeah.
But you want to know, like, how do you feel? Like, what makes us number 1? I'm gonna follow behind you, but what you think? What do you think make us number 1?
One of the topics that were said while we were in practice when I first joined AP Ranch was training. You have to train
instead of practice.
Literally, like everything you do matters. Every little thing you do in practice matters. Everything. And I feel like all of AP Ranch runners carry that out. They carry that. They carry
a certain poise to them.
No, not poise. What's the word? Let me think. They just literally carry it out. They carry the phrase out. Train.
They live the phrase.
Literally.
They live the phrase.
Yes, they live the phrase. Yes, they do. In fact, and I just feel like every single runner that is there follows that fact. And yeah. How do you feel? What do you think that make APR runners? Oh, there is another thing. The team makes its own team. Oh, I feel like that is so important because you can pick out that person that is just like you and make a team out of people that are just like you. And that's going to be a topic for later, but go ahead.
I'm going to say consistency, and I know y'all tired of hearing that word, but consistency is basically the word of the day.
Mind you, sorry for interrupting, but with consistency, this also matters in your recruitment process. Keep this in mind. Oh, everything. If you hear something over and over and over, believe it's there. It's there. Literally. If you keep on hearing something over and over and over by the same person or the same thing or the same, that is the main key. That is the main thing. You need to listen to that. Actually, write that down. Even
no matter where you go, like if you go to a new club team. You go around new people. If you hear something, a phrase or a word that's said over and over, that's the type of people you're going to be around, and that's the type of connections you're going to get.
So lock that in. Keep that in your mind. But sorry for interrupting.
But I'm going to say everybody's consistent. Like, I mean, every little thing to warming up to like communicating to competing. Like, it's consistency over and over and over again. And it's like a sense of community, and not just because we're number 1, number 2, number 3, like leaving all-time marks. That has nothing to do with at all what it is. It's the work ethic that we put in as a team. And one thing I'm gonna say, Coach Greg is a great coach, and he's gonna make sure that you are the great person that you're gonna be, and it's not gonna stop at AP Ranch.
Yep. It's not even gonna stop even after you leave track and field, because eventually, you're right.
You have life,
but you still have life,
and you still have life. So like. It's not going to stop at track and field. It's not going to stop at D1 level. It's not going to stop in college. Oh, that is, well, in college period. I'm sorry to say. Yeah. In college period, it's not going to stop when you go pro, or if you even don't go pro. Like he said, like it's going to go into life. Like if you decide that you don't want to do track and field anymore, you're going to carry those life lessons every day. And that's what AP, in my opinion, that's what, since I've been there for the last couple of months, that's my opinion about AP Ranch and the people there. Amazing people.
Now, the next topic, iron sharpens iron. And you have to surround yourself with the best iron sharpeners.
This right here is one of those great examples of that. Justin Stewart, Jonathan Sims, Braden, Jaden Finley, like that's insane work. That's a insane working group, and like you sharpening yourself to go compete and practice and train. Well, compete and train with others like that. You're gonna be unstoppable, baby. You need to go find people in your group and your team, and not even like in only track and field, in my opinion, in life.
Surround yourself.
Surround your people with. You surround your people. You surround yourself.
Barely get out. With people with similar goals, but don't be parasitic. You know, that's my thing.
Clock that.
Don't be parasitic. That's my bad. I didn't want to like.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean.
But like,
don't try to tear nobody.
Yeah, don't. Yeah, that's my thing.
The next topic on the table is social media. Social media in sports is just insane to me, and like period. Like, oh my goodness, I got multiple examples. A thing, Moo. I won't ever forget what y'all. Hello, I won't ever forget what all those people were saying about her. I can't wait for her to come up because she's gonna clock T.
She will come back and teach all of your mouths.
Right? You know, yeah. Hello, and Sha'Carri,
she did show them,
and she did.
Masai also showed them.
Hello.
So you know, y'all always got. That's one thing that heartbreak. Like, sorry, I can't even speak. That's one thing that leaves me heartbroken about broken. Why can I not speak, y'all? That's one thing that leaves me heartbroken about social media and sports, because it's like a double-edged sword almost.
No, actually.
It really is. It can put you out there. It can help you with NIL and all these other things, gain more connections that are important to your life. But it also can be a risk factor with your mental health.
Right.
And I honestly feel like you have to already build an immunity to that, because you know it's coming eventually.
The internet should never be used as a tool to bully others. So if you feel as though you're being bullied,
it's always going to be somebody that don't like you. It's always going to be someone that's ready to hate on you. There's always going to be someone that's ready to talk about you. For instance, with the Quincy Wilson thing and the Andrew Salvadon, my bad. I'm not trying to say his name. I'm so sorry if you see this.
We apologize.
Yeah, I'm sorry. But literally, that whole situation, people were ready to pounce on Quincy and talk about Quincy.
Yes.
But there were also people trying to pounce on Andrew because he tripped him, But it's just it's
the nature of the sport.
It is the nature of the sport. Like, it's just how things go, you know?
Like, you can't, like, I made a post. I'm gonna go look for it. I made a post on that situation. I was hot. I don't know why it just like really irked my soul, but it most definitely did, because there is no reason for you, like, not for you, but for people in general to be talking about something they have no clue about.
And they literally cannot do it. They can go out there and run a 101.
And it's always the people that's sitting on their sofas. People sitting on their sofas talking about people. Laying their bed with crumbs in it. Like,
literally.
I'm sorry.
Ooh, almost cussed. But that crummy bed, baby, they laying in. You sure right, literally. You cannot sit up there and talk about someone. You can't get out there and run it yourself. I want someone to talk about it that is actually doing the sport, you know?
Hello. And there's not that many people other than Aaron Brown. Not that many people. Other than Aaron Brown.
I have no comment on that.
Okay.
Lord Jesus Christ.
But let me tell y'all what I said. I said, y'all doing the same shit y'all did to Quincy, y'all did to Sha'Carri. I don't want to hear nothing when he comes back harder. Mm-hmm. It better be the sports on, it better be, my bad. It be the sports own athletes that's tearing down the sport. Like, I'm just tired of seeing, like, it's so much, like, of the people in our sport that's tearing us down. Like, I swear, I saw an interview, so I don't even know, I don't remember who it was, but they said after I get out of practice, get off meets or whatever, I forgot what they said, that they're not watching track. What? Now you're showing people, you should just disregard track. Like, that's something that, like, really irked my soul. Also, I keep saying, like, one thing I'm going to tell y'all, we're going to have disagreements with Aaron Brown. Sorry. But something recent he said like was real.
One more thing though. Everyone should go watch Worlds in the Olympics and watch a little bit of college track and a little bit of high school track. I feel like everyone should still evolve themselves in every little thing.
That should be done, and that will be done because we're coming to change the sport. I don't care what nobody says.
We are coming to change the sport.
Our generation is coming to change the sport.
Like I was saying, we will. We did miss something else. The age groups. 9 through 12 coming up.
We can get into that after I say what I was gonna say.
Sorry, I keep interrupting you. I am so sorry.
We're gonna overlap a lot and change topics a lot.
Don't side eye me.
Oh, I can give you a full body turn if that's what you need.
You're lucky.
Yeah, let's get back into it. Like I was saying, like with Aaron Brown, like, why do you keep making that face? What he do to you?
He's too negative for my liking. That's all. I mean, some things you can be real down to the T, but some things you can be overly negative about. I like him as a person. He is funny.
Yeah, he is.
But I'm not the type of person to surround myself around negative energy like that. And sometimes you just have a little bit too much. It's a little bit overwhelming. You can see it on my face just thinking about it. Like, it's enough.
Yeah, every time I say his name,
it's just like a.
Hello.
That's all.
No,
I don't mind C-Clock. I didn't know you're a little bit negative. Take that as constructive criticism.
No, I don't find that wrong. That's true. That's that. I mean, you don't surround yourself around negative people.
I don't.
That's true.
I do not.
You don't. You really don't. Actually, that's that's not a lie.
Yeah, you're negative. Perhaps not.
Bye bye. But no, he actually said some actual like factual stuff that was like, I think it was Noah Lyles and maybe Grant Holloway. Actually, I'm not 100% sure. Please don't clock my tea on this. But they were talking about money and how we don't get paid enough. And he was like, basically what you saying, negativity attracts negativity. Like, brokenness is going to attract brokenness. And y'all want us to have more money, like more money drawn to the sport. But y'all are like, oh, we're broke. Who's going to want to invest into a broke hole?
Who's going to want to invest into a broke track? No one's going to want to do that.
Like, if the track is raggedy, and you're like, oh, like, this track is going to have so many people here. And if you invest in us, girl, nobody going to invest in that track.
Like, literally, you have to like bring a positive energy to track. I feel like it has to be all positivity.
Yeah.
Not perfectionism, but all positivity if you can make it positive,
I mean, there's going to be some negative points in track and field. Like, let's be honest.
But
it is what it is.
Indeed.
Yeah. The next topic on the table was our generational run.
Yeah.
I feel like we're about to change the sports.
Completely.
Like,
definitely feel like this age group is a lot faster. No shade to all the other groups of people, but a lot faster than the other generations that have came before us. Clearly, there are arguable points in track where we might not be touching that. But yeah, it's just, I feel like right now, currently, we do have a lot of fast athletes with the potential to be the best. And yeah,
as long as we execute, and like, we're not scared for change.
We're not
scared for change.
And we're not scared of the number one thing I do realize, we are not scared to break no record. We gonna do it.
Yeah.
We're not.
If we in grasp, it's coming.
Yeah.
And it might not even be on the person you think it's
coming. It's always in grasp. Everything is in grasp. It can be grabbed. Snatchies.
Yeah, give us that.
But
and that's like not even in no cocky way, but like our generation is trying to change track and field.
Yeah.
Like I said, like people were like getting this boring feel from us. We don't want nothing boring. We're not boring. This is not a boring sport. It's all about personality.
It's not. It's all about personality. Oh, I always want to change the topic, but
you do.
Your personality does matter,
and
your personality.
We've been showing that.
Yeah,
I promise you. Almost every single number one runner like that I know, or number two, like ranked in general,
have a quirk of
top 10.
I feel like
not a quirk is insane, girl. You've been watching too much anime,
girl. I didn't know. I did not mean quirk, but like MHA, baby. I was talking about quirk is like.
I'm sorry. I've been watching too much anime.
I love anime.
Hey,
This
has nothing to do.
But literally, like, even with like bandanas and stuff, literally, no shade to Jay, but that used to be my signature. It still is my signature. Let's not get that twisted. As soon as school track comes back around,
Y'all will be back on.
You're gonna see it. I mean, things do have special reasons to it, but like, I just can't wear it currently. But that's the point.
Because he has no hair.
I have hair. I can still wear it. Let's not play with me. I don't care about a cone scalp. I will still wear my bandana. Never cared.
Yeah.
Don't play.
He was in his bald era.
I wasn't my bald era.
He put the bandana on. He was like, "Listen, I can't wear this."
Hey, but literally, like, we have different things about us, and I feel like something is gonna make you stick out, like the Rhinestone Queen, Miss Aaliyah Armstrong.
I love her down. Yes, like I like something about like personality, like that, like symbolism, like trying to like put your name out there, but like also having a message will forever be the best thing about track and field to me.
Always.
And having a story with it, like all these people that they're not making names out of nothing
at all.
Like it's real life. Yeah. Stuff that you wouldn't even realize. And that's the things that people fail to know about sports or like get about sports. We put all this time into it just to run a fraction of the time of life, period.
Literally.
Probably the fraction of what you sleep and take a bath.
That was, I'm sorry, I was on it out for a second, but that will be right back up.
I'm sorry.
So
on a rampage.
This podcast is coming to a close because we can't.
No, wrap it up.
It is, but
no, wrap it up.
The very final thing that our podcast is about is, well, the number one thing we were talking about today was how to make a name for yourself, and we done went through a bunch of topics, but the number one thing is be unconventional. That's Jason's favorite message by Miss Flojo.
Love her down.
And you can elaborate on that if you want to, but I can also do it if you want me to. I don't mind.
Well, with Flojo saying that, like, to be unconventional, like that she loved being unconventional, she loved being different, and that completely changed the sport. Like sports fashion, like I can't even get into that. Like it's like you want to leave a legacy every time you step onto the track. Every time you want to leave your remark everywhere you go, and that's my biggest thing. You make sure you go run fast, go have personality, and be different.
Always be different, and don't let no one stop you from being different. People don't like different. People don't like change, but you be the change and you be that difference. It's gonna inspire someone. You are always going to inspire someone. Me and Jason inspire people we don't even know we inspire. You will always inspire
paragraph of it.
Yeah. But yeah.
All track and field athletes know that. I know about that.
Yeah.
But it is definitely worth it. I love answering people. I don't know why I'm talking still.
I mean, when I
talk more and more and more, but I just love, like, I don't know, talking about track and field just brings out.
It does. It just brings out the energy in me. Like, I didn't even really know I had this much to say about track until just now, But, yeah, that is all for this podcast.
But like he said, the podcast is coming to a close. So unfortunately,
I'm sorry, y'all.
You closed it out.
Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell on the side so you get notified and
become a new TOTT, a tot.
Wait,
the tots. Taters.
No, I did not expect that. No cool. But yeah, that's all. That is the end of this podcast.
I don't know why we're still going.
I don't know why we are still going.
But
wait, what's the next?
Stay tuned because we don't know.
We don't know yet. We really don't.
We don't know.
But
we will find out.
Yeah, we will, and we will be back soon.
Make sure you follow our social medias. We will leave it down below, right here or somewhere.
But it's at ja.lloyd7 and at ty.lloyd7. And
also, if you want to join the National Track group chat, hit me up. I will add you.
Or me too. It doesn't really matter.
It don't matter. That's all for this video. Bye, y'all.